Hey guys, it's Jordan with the betlocker.com here to bring you a props best bets video. I'm going to give you a little bit of Thursday night football, some props there that I like, and some props for this Sunday. There is some early lines, and obviously the lines come out closer to kickoff. So I do give those in our premium picks and prop bets on our site, obviously, but there are some early leans that I am seeing that I actually really like. So let's go ahead and dive in. Everyone uses different sites nowadays. DraftKings Pick Six, Prize Picks, Sleeper, Better Picks, um, FanDuel Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook. I just like to, if you're limited for sure, also, there's only so many you can use in whatever state you live in. But I'm just going to go ahead and use the DraftKings Pick Six for tonight because those seem to be the most accurate lines. So use those on whatever books that you like. And then I'm going to use Prize Picks for Sunday because those are the ones that I noticed are put out some early lines. And until the FanDuel Sportsbook and the DraftKings Sportsbook or whatever sportsbook you use gets those lines out, usually Saturday or close to kickoff on Sunday morning, um, we'll just look at these instead because the numbers are going to usually be pretty similar. So for tonight, Thursday night, obviously the Seahawks are going to Arizona. They're going to be playing. Arizona's playing without their star running back, James Conner. Whatever he did, broke his leg, knee. It didn't look pretty. So I haven't read up on his injury news. All I know is he is out. So we got Trey Benson as the starter. And we also have DeMarco. Is that the backup? Yeah, DeMarco. He actually did pretty good last year or last season when James Conner was out again, and he came up and was the star. But looks like they're going to go with Trey Benson instead. So, but one early lean that I saw that I really liked was, and it's going to be my first prop bet pick for you, is going to be Kyler Murray more than 31 and a half passing attempts. So let me go here, pass attempts, 31 and a half. I'm going to go with more on this one. If you've noticed, the Seahawks defense has been very well against the run and the pass, but they get those early leads, and it's been forcing quarterbacks to start to pass more right off the top. So if you look at the last three games against them, Rattler had 39 pass attempts, Aaron Rodgers had 33 pass attempts, and Brock Purdy in the first game had 35 pass attempts. And that's literally was because early leads, early scores from the Seahawks. Their defense is holding the line at the run game. And you don't want your two backups. Especially with Kyler Murray and their offensive coordinator, their game plan was heavily around James Conner. They're not going to really I don't think they're going to be wanting to lean on Trey Benson to be their workhorse and to try and lead them to victory. I think they're going to be putting it into their better player hands, which is Kyler Murray and the pass game. He might have a lot of checkdowns, might have a lot more attempts towards Trey McBride. But whatever the case may be, I think he's going to be throwing a lot, and that's been showing the last three games against the Seahawks. So go ahead and lock in Kyler Murray, more than 31 and a half passing attempts. I really like that one. And then the second one that we're looking at is going to be, I think it's a pretty easy one. It might be too obvious, but maybe not. It's going to be rushing and receiving touchdowns. It's going to be Kenneth Walker the third. My Kenneth Walker the third. More than one touchdown. Well, to get one touchdown, 0.5, right? Whether it be rushing or receiving. Zach Charbonnet might be back. He did practice full. I did see that he didn't miss any reps today. Not today, sorry. Yesterday, Wednesday, and then he didn't miss any reps on Tuesday as well. So he wasn't really limited Tuesday and Wednesday. Although, reading into it, I do still think that he's going to be limited, and they're still going to be leaning on Kenneth Walker for being the workhorse. So I think tonight, if there's any goal line touches, which there should be, Arizona has held the line pretty well against rushing, but if there's always those pass interference in the end zones. just get down there to the 1 yard line, whatever the case may be, to get to the goal line or to get to the red zone. Kenneth Walker is going to be the red zone running back. And they might have Zach Charbonnet on a snap count just to give Walker some rest, but I don't think they're going to be putting him in. I mean, if you look at the latest news, I mean, it says it right here, but his foot, I mean, I don't think they're going to be relying on him to try and jam it in there when they get to the goal line. And they don't like doing that with Darnold either. So I really like him just to get at least one touchdown tomorrow, whether it be rushing or receiving. Most likely rushing touchdown. He got 2 last game. Should be pretty easy one to get him 1 this game tonight. So those are your free picks for tonight. I did spot some really good ones. Obviously, when it's only fair if I give my premium picks to my members on the site, thebetlocker.com. And I have 3 plays tonight to go with these 2 free ones that actually look really well. There is one that I feel is a lock. I mean, the lock of the night. And it is for Arizona. I'm not going to give it away, but it is posted on our site right now. So go ahead and check that out if you are a member. And then plus, like I said in all my other videos, you do get to become a member in our Discord when you do join. Dirt cheap, $6.99 for a week, and just to try us out if you want to. You'll get all of our picks and you'll get all of our DFS cheat sheets, which is right here. This is what that looks like. Week 4 DFS cheat sheet. And if you saw my other video, you'll know exactly what this means. Crushing with those DFS cheat sheets. But there is one in particular that I love tonight. So go ahead and join. $6.99 a week or $19.99 for the month. Dirt cheap. Wanted to win together for that purpose, and that's why I made it so cheap. But let's give you some on Sunday as well. So there was some spots I was looking at, and let me go over. Here we go. I'm going to go over here to NFL for Sunday. Like I said, they have early lines out on Prize Picks, but as you get closer to time, whichever book or whatever site you like to go on or that allows to be in your state, then the lines should be pretty similar. Now, the first one, so here's another little secret for props, and obviously, it's probably no secret, but especially if you're new to them, everyone takes overs. Okay? So books know that, everyone knows that, and if you make a card with 6 overs, I'm telling you, it sucks, but go ahead and throw it out the window. It's not fun to take unders, but you got to remember it's always under until it's over. I mean, it's stupid, but it is. And I like to personally I used to be one of the guys that like to personally look for overs first. Now, because I've caught on to there is way more unders that happen, I like to look for unders first that I like. And then when I spot them, perfect, I give those. And then I start looking for the overs after that. So there's one under in particular that I like for Sunday that his number seems a little inflated, is going to be David Montgomery, 45.5 rushing yards. Now, they're playing Cleveland, and Cleveland, let me name off these names and what they've accomplished so far against the running backs that they've seen. Is Josh Jacobs last game, and they only gave up 30 rushing yards to Josh Jacobs. Derrick Henry, heard of him? Fumble problems going on. Well, either way, and it's funny because he was in a smash spot and he was supposed to want to crush them because they said that he is easy to tackle. He was mad about that. Well, they held him to 23 rushing yards. And then the first game, Chase Brown, who I love, by the way, I love his checkdowns and I love his running game. I love that he's a workhorse. He only was held to 43 rushing yards. So, having said that, David Montgomery, I feel's number is a bit inflated this week because of the performance he had last week. I know he had however many yards. Let's see, 150 something, right? 151 yards. Yep. And he had that one breakoff run for 70 yards. So, I mean, that was almost half of what he had. But they really focused on that run game. I think this is going to be a bigger defensive matchup. Cleveland's looking really good on defense, especially obviously against the run game. And David Montgomery's rushing props have been in the 30s all year so far. Only 3 weeks, but it's been in the 30s. The first week, I believe, was 20 something. I can't remember, but I know it's only been 30, low 30s the last 2 weeks. And now it's 45.5 because of his performance last week. This always happens, especially with Prize Picks. Shop around for your lines, but sometimes when they have those breakout games, the number shoots up and then it's like, perfect, now I'm taking the under. So that's the exploit or the spots that you want to pick. Like, okay, now this number is shooting up and boom, now I can take the under on him. Because I'll give you an example. It happened last year so many times with guys like rebound props and free throw props. If a guy was like over 0.5 free throw to make, and then all of a sudden he makes like 4 in that game because he got fouled a lot, then it goes up to 1.5. You take the under, he doesn't attempt a free throw. So like it just happens. Those numbers fluctuate because of previous performances. And I feel that when Cleveland starts to shut down the run game this Sunday, they're going to be then leaning on their what should be their number one running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. I know they alternate, but when push comes to shove and when they need to score, Jahmyr Gibbs is out there because they like to do the checkdowns with him. So if they're passing more, if they're shutting down that run game, they're going to be going to Gibbs a bit more. And I don't think David Montgomery is going to have that lucky hole that opens up for him to run for 70 yards. So take that less than 45.5 rushing yards on David Montgomery. And then the second one for your free pick is going to be, I believe, and I like what I was seeing in, let me see, receiving yards. And this one's not going to seem fun or pretty to you guys, or you're going to be like, what the heck? Did you just pull that name out of the hat? No, I like to go through every game and look at it and see, where was it? Keon Coleman. All right, Keon Coleman over 37.5 or more receiving yards. Now, who are they playing? The Saints. Saints have also shut down the run game pretty heavily. They've allowed less than 70 yards the last few games in the rushing game. Now, what this story is telling us in this game is that Buffalo is going to go up big and they're going to go up big early, and then they're just going to start running out the clock. Well, I feel that, yes, they probably are going to go up big pretty early, but they have been shutting down the run game pretty easily. And so what probably is going to happen is Buffalo's going to go up early by not just trying to run it down their throats, but to put the ball in Josh Allen's hand, and maybe he's going to be passing a bit more. Keon Coleman had 11 targets his first game, and now he's only averaged 3.5. He had 3 in one game and 4 in the other since then. He is their star. He is their future. I know that Dalton Kincaid stole most of it last week, but the way to beat the Saints pretty easily is in the pass game, and I feel that it's not like a squeaky wheel. It's kind of like what you saw with Philly last week when I know Bills, their backs aren't going to be against the wall this week, but my point is last week, like Philly, they got A.J. Brown more involved because, they were down, but he's a star. And Keon Coleman is a star on their team. He is better than Khalil Shakir. I know that. And most people roast me in the comments, tell me what you think differently or why. But I think, he is way better than Khalil Shakir, and he is their future. And with Dalton Kincaid, I think they're going to get him more involved this week. And he probably will see about 5 targets pretty early. And if he does see 5 targets pretty early in this game to get that early lead, it's probably going to be more than 37.5 receiving yards for that, for that many targets early on. So that's it, guys. I like the David Montgomery under rushing, and I like the over 37.5 receiving for Keon Coleman this Sunday. So those are your free plays. Kyler Murray tonight, more than 31.5 passing attempts. Kenneth Walker, a touchdown. And then on Sunday, right here, David Montgomery less than rushing yards and Keon Coleman over receiving yards. Those are your free plays. Like I said, I like my premium spots even more, especially tonight. I have what I feel is the lock of the century, and I will tell you guys when it hits tomorrow, or you can go ahead and go join at thebetlocker.com right now. You can get it for yourself, and we'll cash some tickets together. So Thank you guys for the support. Like and subscribe. Buy yourself some good karma. And the way you do that is just hit the like button. It's free. And hit the subscribe button. That's free as well. That will buy you karma. And because I'm a big firm believer in karma. And so you just keep hitting that like button to support people. And then you'll win your parlays and your tickets. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow for my free picks video for this week. We'll see you guys.